Can the Blues turn it around and get back into the series now that we are here at the Scottrade Center? Home ice, it's been a lot through the first two games in the series. We dominated game number 2, and I felt we were lucky to come away victorious in game 1. Jaro Halak remains in the crease as the starting goaltender. That is no surprise to me. In fact, that is the expectation. I wouldn't expect the Blues to change goaltenders unless it gets really dire in this series. So here we go, off and running for Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final on the road in St. Louis. Dangerous place to put that puck in front of the net for Damon Severson. Really long stretch pass, but we're connecting the dots early in this one. Pacioretty, puck shield move, finds Damon Severson off of a leg. Not so friendly fire there from Brad Marchand. That pass deflects off a skate and to a Blues player. And I'm going to be real with you. I have no clue how I'm doing this live commentary and gameplay right now, considering that last night I had a super late one. I was just sitting on my computer, basically working on mods to a video game, installing them and checking them out and testing them. And I stayed up just all night. I had to get up this morning and nice and early and go to work, and I just didn't want to go to bed. I was too busy playing around with a bunch of computer mods, and I don't think I went to bed till about like 1 in the morning, and I needed to get up at like right around 7 a.m. and I just couldn't do it. I got up, pulled in at 8 a.m. this morning, and I grinded through my day, and now I'm grinding through this, and I haven't had a nap today. I've hit the gym. I haven't had a nap. I don't know how I've done any of this. I'm doing a gameplay right now. I did have a cold brew several hours ago, and that's pulled me through as well to this point. So anyway, I don't know how I'm running on any energy at all to do this gameplay. It's a miracle, and I wouldn't expect a whole lot coming out of my mouth on the commentary front, but we have taken the game's first penalty. That was a CPU-controlled player, I think. I don't remember going for a stick lift. I don't think I had any control of Kamayev. Either way, we're on the penalty kill. Man, this game can't get any rhythm or flow going. It's been one whistle after another. We play what feels like 5 seconds, then there's a whistle. 5 seconds, and then there's another whistle. So we'd be wise to clear this if I can just get a clean chance on the forehand. I don't want to accidentally throw the puck over the glass and out of play, take another penalty on top of the one that we already have right now. Give me Subban. We can defend the zone entry. It's pushed in by St. Louis. Severson, first man to it. We're going to reverse of the boards as the forecheck chases us out. Under pressure, Pietrangelo sends it to the point. Laxo, bobbled save for Price, and poke check to Damon Severson. Knocking it back down at center ice was Pietrangelo, and bringing it back in for the Blues as well. From the corner, centers in front. Pad save by Carey Price on Ty Ratty. Unless that's not number 10. That looks like Ty Ratty, and we're going after him with PK Subban. It is indeed Ty Ratty. We are the keepers of the guardians of the crease. Or guardians of the crease master. Carey Price is our crease master. You don't touch this guy. Ever. You can't even tie this guy's skate laces before the game started. Even if he wanted someone else to tie his skate laces, you couldn't do it. He is a 4-time Stanley Cup champion in this game world. We have another whistle. We just can't get any flow to the game. It's actually irritating me that we can't get any flow to the game. We've played 4 minutes of the game officially. We are 16 minutes to go in the first period, and we have had no flow at all to this one, and we will continue to have no flow. We have to just send that puck in. It was a smart play as we didn't have any speed. Going with that zone entry, a hip check opportunity, or we could just body check. We don't even need to hip check. Dumoulin, first man to the puck here, but the battle is won by St. Louis, smothered by Price. We get another face-off. How many times are we going to take a face-off in this game? I hope my centers are ready because I don't know if we're winning any face-off. There's the goal. Speak of winning a face-off, Vlad Tarasenko, the Blues have a lead. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even remember if the Blues led in Game 1. At a certain point, I want to say they did lead at a certain point in Game 1. I can't remember. I don't know. Game 1 was a crazy one. That's the only thing that I can tell you about that one. But they have a much important lead. They never led in Game 2. Game 2 was a clunker. They would very much prefer to forget about Game 2. They've done a nice job of erasing their memory with the opening salvo on home ice in Game 3. Both teams know the importance of this one. That's not Pacioretty, I'm sorry, Marchand. Okay, that was really smooth. Now we're going to hand it off. We play it into an area. Severson walks the wall. No teammates were an option. Still aren't an option. Back to the point. Saucer pass to Marchand. That should be a one-timer. Bobbled save. Now for Halak. It rolls into Halak after he made that save on Subban. Subban against Pietrangelo. Defenseman on defenseman. I believe Subban is going to get the gate for a high stick play here. I think the stick rode up in the face of Pietrangelo. He was in a battle in the corner, which is really rare when you see a defenseman on defenseman battle in the corner like that. Normally, that's a forward applying the pressure in the form of a forecheck or some kind of play like that. So back to the penalty kill. Another face-off to be taken as well in the game. Sukai Ming, not a very reliable face-off taker right now. Remember the last time that the Blues were on the power play when they just scored that most recent goal, the center on the draw was Sukai Ming. I'm going to go to my diamond PK because the Blues are owning this game. That was an accidental button press. We are really behind the 8 ball in this one. Berglund out of the air. Back to Berglund. Price made the save with his backside. I've seen enough. You know, I want the fight. I want the fight. Dumoulin wants the fight. He wants a scrap, and they're not going to oblige. I might get an extra penalty on top of this if I'm really not careful. I am pretty sure Price made a save, and he was facing the net. It was a whole hell of a lot of reckless abandon in front of Mr. Price here. We got to rely on Sukai Ming again, getting outshot and outplayed. Have the Blues made, and Ming loses another faceoff. Saved by Price through the screen. Ryan Murphy airlifted to Mr. Ming. Let's go, Mr. Ming. I tried to get it 5-hole. That was a brutal collision. Ming is up slow and hopefully uninjured. Up to Tyratty. Slow start to this game for the Habs. Really, it's an appropriately slow start considering the type of day that I've had. I was trying to get around multiple defenders with Marchand on that one. Ryan Murphy is to the puck. I'm going to just hammer it. See what happens. Maybe we could set someone up. Berglund is in. Poke checked away. Back to center ice. Laxo has been hit on the offside to draw the offside play. A replay of number 87's chance. Tried to go 5-hole with a quick shot knowing they were closing in. Almost ended up in a St. Louis Blues sandwich. Was Sukai Ming. Lucky to get the shot on, taking a face-off again. Gotta win a face-off at some point. There it is. Ming finally, it might be his first face-off win of the evening. Whistle blank. Back for Ming. He picks it up off of that one, and another collision for Sukai Ming. We're gonna try to take a run at Yaskin, who hits one of our star players, who is a vulnerable player on the ice. We're going at Yaskin. Ming is definitely prone to injury. We've seen it in the regular season simulations. We're not playing a tight game defensively. The Blues just have it figured out right now. Unfortunately so, they have it figured out offensively in this game. We're going to make a defensive adjustment. I didn't feel the need to do that in the last game because we didn't play poorly enough defensively to warrant a defensive strategy change. But if I can get this settled behind the net, I'm not going to have time. The forecheck is on. Or maybe it isn't on. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up the boards. We just got to get the puck broken out, and I can worry about the D change at the next face-off, which we'll probably get. Yep, we'll get it right now. Because there's been plenty of those in this game. So now we're going to go to collapsing D, and I'm going to go to contain puck. Let's see if that works out, if we can get between the defenders and the net, because we're not doing enough of a job staying between the puck and the net. Did I say stay between the defenders and the net? Get our defenders to stay between the puck and the net. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm running on like probably 4 hours of sleep, really, effectively. It was originally going to be 6, because I went to bed at like, oh, what a wonderful hit from Subban. I went to bed, like I said, at like 1 in the morning, and I was going to get up 6 hours later, but I didn't get a full 6 hours of sleep. Is that an icing? Wow. This game has been anything but the game that I envisioned coming into it. And not long ago, I felt like I had the energy to do the commentary. I don't know that I feel that way anymore. But I'm sat down. I have the setup for the recording. I'm into the game now. We're committed to this. It's going to cost us a victory because I'm doing this game when I have no energy. I don't know if it would matter. We're just playing this is a poor effort as a team. Backdoor try misses. Blues are on their best game tonight. Kamayev interrupted that center ice. He's a little frustrated by that one. Take a run at number, what is Sharp wearing here? That's a bad play. We should have had the puck. Poke check, Severson. God, we are the worst freaking team on the ice. Penalty coming up. Blues power play. We just didn't come prepared to play this game. I'm making another D change. Are we normal? Go to normal defensive pressure. See how that plays out. Got to rely on the penalty killers again. That would mean Duchesne and Ming, but I want Duchesne taking a face-off when and where necessary. 11 shots in the power play. That tells the whole story for the St. Louis Blues. So we're going to try to go for some shorthanded action here. Marchand, pivot move at center ice. Now just drag and shoot. Broken stick. Yep. It's that. I'm telling you, it's that kind of night for us right now. We're not destined to win this game, are we? Collide with Pavelski. We got a bunch of 37, 39-year-old players on the ice for the St. Louis Blues in this game. Shot wide of the net of Price. Dumoulin handles the weird carom off the inboards. That's been a factor in this game tonight. Just out-muscled off the puck. Nowhere to go. No room to skate into. Even at 5-on-5, there's no room to skate into. Nice move at the blue line. Save again by Price because he's not made enough of those in this first period. Good play to Murnus. Now skate, hop on that. And please just, for the love of God, get a shot on net. Ooh, I can't even get that. The puck is in, or the stick is in the net. Marchand's broken twig is in the net. We got to play this. Oh, what a defensive effort. It's there. What a gem on the back check from the defense. No, you don't push me around in my teammate's goal crease. This Blues team is going to piss me off by the time the night's over. We can't make the right adjustments at all. It might be one of those games where I don't know what we need to do, to be honest with you. I'm going to go weak side lock with the forecheck, but yeah, we got to just stop taking penalties. Go, Ming. This is your puck. This is your town. Come on, Ming. So frustrating. It's going to be that kind of night. Yaskin is lit up. If Subban sees you, you are right in the target, in the sight line. Colbert comes out of the box and immediately takes another penalty. I'm sitting Colbert for the rest of the night. You can't do that. That's not acceptable. I'm sitting him at the intermission. I'm going to sit Colbert at the intermission. That's just not acceptable play. You don't take a dumb penalty and then come out of the box, first play right out of the box, go out and take an immediate penalty again. That infraction has done me in. That's enough. The message has to be sent. And someone on that fourth line is going to get double shifted. My third and fourth liners. I'm not even kidding. I'm taking Colberg out of the lineup. Blocked away to the boards by Brad Marchand, one of my biggest penalty killers. The big effort needs to continue. Damon Severson. Puck shield move to the inside. Shooting, but missing. Nice try, though, by the defenseman, Damon Severson. Ragging the puck. Over. Behind LeBlanc. Got to funnel it down low. We will. Ming. Put in a very tough spot. I know. This is a precarious game. The Blues are not playing around with this game. They know what this game means for them. They know what it means for us. And they're going to give their best effort. They know they need to. This is a must-win game for St. Louis. Breakout play. LeBlanc. Now, I don't need you to do anything fancy here, LeBlanc. And he still tried. And I'm at a loss for words for what could have been. We just need simple shots on goal. We need a goal, but we need simple shots on goal. Subban's been my player of the game tonight. Best player of the game for the Habs by a wide margin, just with the defensive play and the physical effort. And he goes at it after the whistle. Just a little message being sent. Got to get ourselves into this game in some form or fashion. Being held to 3 shots is a low. There's a lowly number for this Canadiens team. We're going to make it 4 in a second. Yep, there's a kick save by Halak. Made that look effortless standing up. Whoa, man. It's a parade of penalties and mistakes in this game. And I think we're going to get 2. I think we got 2 penalties on that play, but the frustration's coming out right now for me. I feel like I've already lost the game before it even really begins. This game, the way we're playing, and the crazy part about this game is the first period, number 1, So regulation play is not over. This game is not determined at all by a long shot. And we're only trailing by 1. Now, Kohlberg, I don't think he's a penalty killer, is he? He's just a fourth-line player. But I'm telling you, at the intermission, you're sitting. I'm putting your ass stapled to the bench for the rest of this game. Tamerna shoot. Wow, weird deflection. We just can't get anything to go in. Eller shooting 5-hole. We need to get a little bit saucy with it, a little creative with it. Do I have a defender back? I had Duchesne. Nice play. He was also in a blue sandwich there. Nice entanglement for Duchesne. He's going to swing around. These dekes are failing every time I try them. The players can't hold on to the puck. I've never seen anything like it. Every time I try just a basic deke, the player loses the puck on the deke attempt. Back. I knew that was going to be a goal. As soon as I saw Tarasenko wide open, I knew it was going to be an easy goal. He has 2 goals on the night. Team feels like a failure. Well, we're going to mix up the lines because this isn't working. Deep pairs and lines are getting shuffled around. I might double shift Sukai Ming. I think it's time to do this experiment isn't working in this game. We need to try a different experiment. Mix up the chemistry a little bit. Start baking like it's a science lab. I mean, I don't know if they bake anything in a science lab, but if they do, the Canadiens are going to figure out very quickly how to bake in a science lab. Cutback move. Obviously, I don't spend a lot of time in a science lab. We've got to figure out some kind of chemistry on the ice somewhere. That was a good pressuring effort from Ryan Murphy. The puck is going to escape the zone, isn't it? Poke check. Watch your poke checks because apparently we just can't land a single stick check without taking an infraction. We got to get really aggressive on it, though. We do have to be aggressive. Trailing in this game now like this, we have got to play aggressive. So we're down to the last minute. Somebody want to make anything happen? Oh, I thought I had a winger. I thought I had a winger up there. I really believed that I did. I don't know who's on the ice. Third line. Kohlberg is a fourth line player, right? Yeah, he's a fourth line. I think he's fourth line left wing. I'm serious about sitting that guy just for the penalties. Oh, I didn't know that Murphy came away with that. I'm going to chip that wide. There you go, Hjalmarsson. Drop pass. And they read my drop pass. Good play, though, by Duchesne. He's still out there because of the... What did we do? Ice it. Kick down low. Get over there, Murphy. Skate. Force it down low. Duchesne. Great shift effort. Jens Weston. I think there was a blocker save on that. Poke back down low. Time's not up on this period. It is now. Oh, get it. Time's up on the period. There's going to be some changes. That was a good shift, though, in the period. It was better than what we've seen through the whole 20 minutes. That was a long 20 minutes. It took forever just to play that first period. And if you're a Blues player, coach, fan, etc., you are smiling from ear to ear after that first period. That is a great sign for the St. Louis Blues. Adjustments are going to be necessary because I feel it, that this AI has made that adjustment. And I will talk more about that in the second period. All right, I've sat Kohlberg. We're going to have a whole lot of a discussion about the AI. There's no music playing. Maybe edit some music in here in editing. Please put some music in here. It's way too awkward. There's just the sound of the crowd as we drop the puck on period number 2. So the big talk that I have to go over is we need to change our strategy in the way we play. I've moved some players around. The D pairs and the lines are not the same. Ming is getting double shifted, and he's playing on the first line as well as playing second line center. So Sukai Ming, light it up to Murnis. Oh, he lit it up indeed. The goal light goes off behind Halak. I was going to say the goal horn for a second there, but we're on the road and there is no goal horn. That was a beauty goal. The camera can't even keep up with the speed of that shot. That was a blur going past Halak. I can't. It's so satisfying when you score a goal clean past the goaltender with a slap shot from the blue line. It doesn't happen often in this game. You have to get traffic in front for it to be an even more likely chance. That really settles us down nicely. And there's the penalty. The penalty's taking continues. And Pacioretty, I think I moved you off of my... What line are you on? Are you on the third line? Was Eller out there? Yeah, he's on the third line. So Pacioretty got moved to the third line. That demotion is definitely deserved with that tripping penalty. So a lot of deep hairs shifted around. forward lines shifted around. Sukai Ming getting a ton of ice time, especially because he's a penalty killer, and he's playing on 2 lines now with Kohlberg sitting. Kohlberg is sitting for the remainder of the game. What a move by Louis LeBlanc. The poke check is there. Ming fighting for it. That was an interesting... Did you see LeBlanc dangled between the legs? Now, the problem with the dangle between the legs, it was a little delayed, but was almost enough for him to get around. He did do a power move to the net. Severson just... We got to calm down with how we skate. We can't overskate any of these plays defensively. Just be in a shot lane. Be in a pass lane. Yeah, they thought about it. Good play by Ming. That at least allows us to reset. You know we're hungry to get it shorthanded, but we don't... Not everything is about scoring shorthanded goals. When you're killing a penalty, we got time to settle. And I'm going to let the Blues change, take our sweet time off the glass and down. Do you think Marshy's so much faster to this. And he's going to win that battle. Shoots backhander on toward the 5-hole. Halak had to be ready with 36 seconds to go on the man advantage for St. Louis here to begin the second period of play. Lots of names moved around. So the big talking point for me is, I talked about this, I don't know, was it the last game? Oh my God, that looked like a set play, did it not? It went right back to Duchesne. I want a replay of that. But I talked about this in either Game 1 or Game 2, I can't remember. But the overall ratings of the St. Louis Blues forward core especially, top to bottom, first line to second line, this team is, honestly, I'd say they're pretty stacked. They're one of the most stacked teams I've run into in the GM mode so far. And if you look at it from a pure overall rating on paper standpoint, Duchesne stays with this. And, you know, Duchesne just do it the other way to him. Almost had Hakanpää caught out on that windmill opportunity. Yaskin is wide with it, so we're going to stay with him. Take it to the corner. Watch those stick checks. The game seems to be punishing me for a missed stick check. That was a perfect handoff. But Monahan is shoved off the puck by Shattenkirk. Trying to dog Shattenkirk here. We just poked it right to Jaden Schwartz. Helped out the Blues breakout here. What a move off the zone entry, but he's going to be nudged by Holland. This should be a dump-in opportunity for Monahan. Not without paying the price for it. The price was physical, and it was heavy indeed. Monahan at center knocks it down. Right to Steen. Blues are getting every bounce and every play in the game right now. I knew it was going back to the point. We capped that covered off with Max Pacioretty. Now playing on the third line. And this is something that we did, I think it was against the Buffalo Sabres in the first round. We had a game where we struggled, or a point in the series where we were struggling. And we moved Max Pacioretty to the third line. And we even double shifted Sukai Ming. They gave us a lift where we needed one. Just what a blatant giveaway by Sean Monahan. It's going to be an easy play for Laxo to skate into when we could have had a potential breakaway. But now we're going to try this Sukai Ming. He shuffles along. It's literally, there's just no space to be gained, even for our best players in the game right now. Lots of long stretch passes for the Blues. Not liking to see that. I'm going to reverse this behind the net. It's a little slow. That should be a penalty. It will not. Blues don't get on the big broken stick. Blues not getting on the PK at all tonight. We're skating around. We're way too clumsy in our own zone. You know what? I'm going to take the icing. We'll just flip it out to center ice. And that'll be another penalty. Frustrating affair. You don't even know. I can't explain to you how tough this game is to play right now. I'm a little nervous that the overall rating of the Blues players in their lineup is actually coming into play in this game. It feels like they have, far and large, without question, been the better team. That doesn't have anything to say about the scoreboard. It doesn't even have anything to say about any stats. That's not about shots on goal. There's a penalty. It'll be goalie interference, the first one on the night, charged against St. Louis. This doesn't have anything to do with shots on goal. It doesn't have to do with the scoreboard. You just look at the way these two teams have played. Who has looked like the more organized team all the way around? St. Louis, without question. It has been the St. Louis Blues that have been way more organized. We've been clumsy on the ice. And yet, we are within one of this game right now. Kick it down low. Help him out. We don't have any speed. That's a big problem. No speed on the pass. No speed in our skating. And as a result of this lack of speed, we just keep taking penalties. It'll be a miracle if we manage to remain down by a goal and come back in this game. If we can tie this thing. Every single stick check I've gone for hasn't really been the most unsensible of plays. Yes, I was behind the player when I went for the stick lift there, but it wasn't the most unsensible, or the least sensible. That would be a better way of phrasing that. It wasn't the least sensible play I could have made there. Good stick on Ratty. Duchesne coming up clutch on the PK. He's got a burst of energy and a burst of speed. That's the first player I've seen play like that in this game. I'm scared to poke check or stick check because it seems like it's a guaranteed slam dunk penalty against my team anytime I do it. But how else are you supposed to defend in this game? Not everything is about going for body checks. We don't have to go for body checks every time. But I'm starting to think that that's the way we're going to have to play this game, is take the body. The problem with taking the body is if you miss, your positioning falters significantly. I don't want to lose positioning on this Blues team. They're too good. Now, checking with our sticks, we have a better chance of remaining in position. And positional hockey is everything right now. Follow me in. LeBlanc, he read me perfectly. There's just nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. They will ice it. First icing charged against the AI. So we got a big one here. We're on the power play, just so you know. And we're about to have an attacking zone face-off. Whoever's taking this face-off, please let it be. It is Ming. Now watch this. Ming is going to win it, and we're going to score. We almost did. I promise you, I don't have a crystal ball. Henrik Tamernis almost has both goals for this team tonight as well, off slap shots. Back to Pavelski, huge rebound, delicious rebound off of Price. If you're the Blues, that'll be it. LeBlanc, hard on the forecheck, exactly what I want to see with a power play, but that's it. The man advantage that we had, it goes by the wayside. Blues fans booing. I'm assuming they're booing their power play, which has had plenty of chances to really put the dagger on this game, and they have failed to do so. Price continues to remain active in the goal crease. Flipped out to center because this is about the best play that we have. I'm going to let Weston get it, rim it. Go up. Yeah, if you're a forward, hard charge. Marchand, drop pass. Read that all the way. And again, a deke fails. These are basic loose puck dekes that I'm doing, and they're all failing. I shouldn't struggle to deke around a defender like that. All right, let's slow the game down. Behind the net, slow it down. Whoa. Obviously, that was dangerous. The handoff. Severson played into the blue zone, not an icing. Ratty is at it, and so is Holland. That'll be a fight. That's an undeserved fight. That was a clean hit. I don't think he's going to get penalized for the hit either. Hey, we got something brewing, and I'll tell you, it's not a cup of coffee. Well, we needed a fight, but unfortunately for Holland, and he didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice but to accept that fight. I couldn't just back out of that. It also had to be Backes that Holland had to go up against in that one. Clean hit. He turned around. It wasn't in the numbers. The only thing that you can make an argument for is maybe that's a charge. He did come from a bit of a ways, but hey, he locked on with laser vision on Ty Ratty in the corner, and he didn't get penalized for the hit. So that was a senseless fight for Backes. I'll trade Holland for Backes all day, every day. Even however old Backes is at this point, I'll trade it. I'll make that. You know, I want to fight. I want to fight. I want to fight. I want to fight for that. That's a nonsensical call right there. Every single time I try to make a play on the puck, it's a penalty. The game is charging me unfairly for this. This is just the way that the game is trying to level the series. They paid the officials off and said call every single play against the Canadiens. The Blues are out here diving, and they're getting every call in the book. I want to talk about true divers. It's failed every time. I don't know why I would continue. The deke has failed every time. It's a game it's an unwinnable game. Gonna go on record as saying that in case, even if we do manage to come back and find a way to win this, almost got that Hail Mary flip to Louis LeBlanc. I feel like that Hail Mary flip is the way to go. So if you want to, okay, I got board pin, never mind. Where's the puck? Oh God. You take your guy, I'm taking mine. Here, play it. And go down the rink. Hail Mary flip, go again. The only problem with Ming is, yes, he has some size now, because he grew, but he is not the most physical. He's not the most aggressive player in this lineup. capable of causing destruction. He's a skill guy. Unfortunate positioning that LeBlanc got put in there. He took a big tumble, didn't he? They're going to make ragdolls of Louis LeBlanc after this as this series wears on, after that hit. So we're still on the PK, which, I mean, we basically spent the whole game on the PK. I don't know why I'm surprised. We can't be timid to there we go, we got to take the body. We can't be timid to make stick checks just because we've taken penalty after penalty this evening. All right, this is yours, Duchesne. This is yours. What a goof up. What a total goof up. I had him one-on-one there. I'm overthinking everything we're doing. Every play is being overthought. Tamernis, you got to help him out down low. You can't skate away from where that play was. Saucer pass out to center. Drop it to the net. Ming. And he stole it away from Brad Marchand. I had a chance to set up my one-timer. How many shots on goal have we had? It feels like what we need to do. I'm going to make a change going into the next period. Hopefully, we check that puck into the bench. What a hit by Jens Weston. You don't want any piece of that guy. I think we're going to have to make a strategic change. That hit was so awesome. We're going to have to either go, I think every line I'm going to try something if we can't get a goal before the period is over. I'm going to go behind the net with each of my lines. Line 1 through 4, I'm going to go behind the net strategy. So, I don't know what each line is. Line 1 is overload, for example. Hold on. Let me focus on this. I can't set up a one-time play to save my life in this game. In a game where you just need pucks on net, we're not taking shots on net. That's the easy diagnosis right now. Stromwall with a nice play at the blue line. All right, skate in, stop. What are my options? I don't have options. This is a problem. We don't have options. The shot from the blue line, and we can't even do that. It's that type of game for us. Murphy, show forehand, shoot off the shoulder. Outplayed and heavily dominated by the Blues in this one. So this is superstar difficulty against a legitimately good team. Oh, I see it. Of course it's going to deflect. So do I board pin it? Yes, I'm going to board pin it. I didn't even get the chance to play the puck. That's yours, Kamayev. Well defended by Polak. Good stick. It's just been a series of great defensive plays. Brady, for the second time in the game, we send it down the rink. It's not an icing, not at all. LeBlanc on Shattenkirk, not the first time those two have come together in this series. If we can keep it right here, we can keep it to a 1-goal deficit. This is doable, but I'm going to make a strategic change to all 4 of my lines, offensively speaking. From overload or crash the net strategy, all 4 lines are going to become behind the net. We have got to stop dangling. And we got to start cycling the puck more often. And we got to keep the puck away from Carey Price in this period. He's been way too busy in this game. That was an unfortunate chance that was denied by Halak. 2-1 at the intermission. Woof. We are averaging 5 shots per period. We have 10 shots. So as you see here, behind the net with the first line. Each time I got to change my second line, but I'm not going to change it yet. Second line is going to be behind the net as well. We got to cycle the freaking puck. But the hard part about it is you got to first get the puck into the zone. And so right now it begins with a dump in. Ming, it's just over his glove. Don't go poke checking. Don't go stick checking unless absolutely necessary. That's well played. Subban into the corner. Fend it off. And then I'm going to change. Can I change D? Just go ahead and put the third pair out there. Cut back move. I don't have any D because they're changing. Marchand buying time. Top back move. Send it across for Weston. Now puck's on net. That works. I don't know if that actually reached the net, but that's a start. It's a start. And we may be very perimeter limited in this period, but I'm fine with my defenseman taking a boatload of shots. All right, yes, Jens Weston. Over there on the other side, Dumoulin's not paying any attention to help you out, but there it is for Eller. Up to Pacioretty. Nope, cut back. I was going to saucer it to the boards, but the Blues would have been alert to that play. Over. Weston, your defense partner, settled by Dumoulin. Shot. Rebound off the shot low to the 5-hole. Play to the boards by Dumoulin. Eller trying to help out. This is going to be an intense period for us. Because the way I see it, we can't afford to get scored on again. Pad save by Price. Don't let him be too busy in this period. dug out by the Habs. Holland, lead him. Return pass for Monahan. That was a nice smooth breakout. Quick snapshot by Monahan to the rebound off the glass, not off the goaltender. Was who is that up there with him? Hjalmarsson? I believe it's Hjalmarsson. Tamernis has it now. We'll kick it back to the point. That's the problem with Stromwall. His energy, his momentum was carrying him beyond the blue line when I made that pass back to the point. I was thinking we could keep it in. Best pressure we've had all night. So, second line is already set to behind the net. Okay, so we already have my second line. Maybe I just need to go overload with every line because we were already set to be behind the net with some of these lines. And it hasn't worked. That's defended. No, it's not. Ming has possession. Cut back through the point and send it down low. Well read by Kamayev. Backdoor for LeBlanc, but he didn't read it. Good play by Ming. He got it on the net. So now we're doing more in the first 5 minutes than we did in the entire game to this point. What a drag move by Kamayev. Short side, saved by Halak. Picked up by Polak. There's quite the rhyme for you. The two members of the St. Louis Blues team and organization sent in by St. Louis. Severson has the retrieval. Fly the zone. Flip play toward Monahan. We're going to let him chase it down. Sharp retreat. Monahan means business on that check. The Blues are going to give out, fans are going to give out some boos for that hit. That was nearly a charge. I don't think we've been penalized with it. Stick side save there by Price. Monahan in front, tap on play. And off the glass, rimmed around for Hjalmarsson, but it takes a funny hop. He gets to it the second time around. Hjalmarsson slide across the rink. Monahan return feed. Strong ball, turn fired into the glove on the shot from Hjalmarsson. Better effort by the Canadiens to begin the third period. So third line, you're going to become behind the net as well. I didn't feel there was any other option, but I've said this already in past gameplays. The pace of play is pretty fast against the Blues. And I feel like offensively, anyway, I don't have as much time to make decisions. If you're going to do something, you have got to decide to do it. Why didn't we move the puck there? We got bored. Holland stuck in place, skating in place. What happened there? You think this is a freaking treadmill and it's time to do exercises in the middle of a Stanley Cup final game. I know they want that backdoor play. They get the shot from the point cover. If we get a chance to slow the game down and melt it down, I complained about the face-offs in the first period. If we get a chance to slow the game down, I'm taking it. And everyone set up defensive on the face-off. So we're going to have a defensive-minded setup on the face-offs. Subban has hit everything and anything that's in sight. I mean, if you exist and wear a Blues jersey, you are prime candidate number one to get body checked in this game by number 76, PK Subban. On the boards for Ming. He's a little slow to retrieve it. So the Blues are playing us 3-on-3 on the zone entry. Ming, nice handle, shoots. Oh, wow. It deflected and straight down to the 5-hole. If you didn't catch that, there's a point shot. Well wide on the point blast from Dumoulin. Marchand wins the race to that puck. Down low for Ming. Got to set up return. Marchand turned aside. This is way better hockey. Way better hockey. I like the give and go setup feed there with Brad Marchand. Just couldn't get the goal to go. Marchand board pit. Dumoulin digs it out of the scrum. Just skate it, Dumoulin. Just skate it. They gave you speed. Just skate it. Just skate it. One move. Dumoulin, tie game! How did they give him that much space as a defenseman on the breakout coming from the D zone? And he has his third of the playoffs. We have both goals by defensemen. What happened to Shattenkirk on this play? Got walked like a dog on a Sunday morning. What a play by Dumoulin. I wouldn't have expected it to have come from a Habs defenseman, especially who just basically went coast to coast for all intents and purposes. That was basically a coast-to-coast goal for Dumoulin. And so Dumo has us at a level game 2-2. All those saves Price has made, 5-on-5 or on the penalty kill, all the plays the penalty killers have made in this game have led to this moment. It's intended for Pacioretty. He faked the shot. Kind of got put in a pickle on that play. I didn't know what to do with it. And I completely froze up on that play with Pacioretty. It's all good, though. If we can just get the puck out of the zone, we don't. Shot from a weird angle, creates a rebound. Yaskin all over it, who had the first game hat trick to start this series. Eller is a kind of a one-man show. That was a nice pirouette move. He stops back again. Up top, Tamernis pulls it back. Didn't like what we saw there. Settled by Subban. Oh, yeah, in the face of the Subban blast, I wouldn't want to be. Up to Subban, now over to Tamernis. These two have worked out a treat as a D pair here, and I specifically set these two up to be on their offside so you can get one-timers from the blue line. So Subban the right shot on the left side, Tamernis the left shot on the right side. You got a nice one-time action on the point, and maybe on the power play if we decide to go with that setup on the power play. Subban, rim around play. Stromall is waiting at center ice. This is a chance to cut across the middle because look at all that space. And again, as we have done so many times this evening, we can't hold on to the puck on the deke. Good rejection with the stick. Monahan should be in the clear. The Blues are changing. Monahan, a drag to the inside. What? What in the world? What a goofball shot. That's worse than Cody Cece's miss, honestly. That was like the worst shot in the world. Sean Monahan, never shoot a puck again in your life. He's offside anyway. I mean, he acted like the puck was in the corner of the rink on that shot. It was such a bad miss. It was a straight miss. I don't think it got deflected at all. That was a Subban shot from the blue line. Eller tried to have the deflection on it. This game means everything right now for both teams, but especially for St. Louis. You lose this game, you've dominated. You've had every power play any team could ever dream of. You've had all the power plays in the world in this game. You've squandered the opportunity. If you lose this game, you'll never live it down. You've outshot us by a wide margin, held us to 10 shots through 2 periods of play. And you'll be down 3-0 in the series if you do lose this game. You just can't afford to lose it. That'll be a cross corner, dump in. Marchand's got a pressure, good forecheck. Duchesne's in first, wrap around. Duchesne, a rebound opportunity for Sukai Ming. That's why I doubled up on that first line. I want those two out there creating plays, creating havoc. Dumoulin has created it tonight. That was a nice keep in by Dumo. Dumo from the weird angle. He's going to be shrugged off the puck by Lesio. Interception by Duchesne. Keeps it finally inside the blue line. That was a nice little toe drag handle. Down low for LeBlanc. And he wins the possession. Now Duchesne is on it. McRae carries away for the Blues. We're slow. Guys are tired. We're slow. We're at this slog of the playoffs at this point. We're in the final, the last series of the postseason. Can't get tired now. Legs can't get tired now. We might be looking at overtime. Wrapped along the boards, but the Blues are going to keep that in easily. Effortless play for St. Louis. Run over behind the net. And I talked about Ming's physical play earlier in this game. It was not lacking on that one, as Bouwmeester touches for icing with 3 minutes to play in regulation. 2 chances, and we were denied both times by Halak. Opportunity awaits for some of these St. Louis Blues. Most of them are likely to see retirement at the season's end. Who knows? Patrick Sharp, he's almost 40 years old. That guy might play well into his 40s in the GM mode. So rare to see a player in the GM mode play beyond the age of 40. Ming has the turnover off the poke check. This is a chance to windmill. If we can see it. Every time we deked, I mean, I've had a star caliber player do a deke. It has failed in this game every time. Just so hard to get the defenseman crossed up properly. A big part of it is you can do the initial deke. So there with Ming, for example, we did the windmill. We succeeded on the windmill, but you need to do a second deke immediately after to create that gap and get that space. We're just better off to punch the puck wide off the entry instead of deke and then just set up Pacioretty. Now backdoor, intercepted by Tarasenko. I wanted to say Tmernis, but that's our team, and my brain is just lagging behind this evening. It has for the entire game. Up to Eller, intended for Eller. Poke checked off Shattenkirk by Lars Eller. Dumped in by the Blues. That's a safe play. It's a smart play by the AI. We're going to do the same thing by trying to chip the puck out into neutral territory. Not a smart play there. Holland. Holberg has been sitting cold on the bench. I might need him for the overtime. We negate icing with Pacioretty's hustle. His legs are slow, believe me. His legs are very slow. He's a slow skater right now. But we need all hands on deck for the finale here in regulation. Ming, back up the boards from where it came. Drop between the legs. I don't think Tmernis read him. He didn't need to. Tmernis shoots into the legs of... It was Max Pacioretty. I couldn't tell who was on the ice there in front of the Tmernis shot. Like I said, Subban hitting everything in sight. It's like it's what he gets paid to do. I mean, he kind of does get paid to do it. Hjalmarsson, can he cross him up? Hjalmarsson still, and it's fumbled in front of Halak, cleaned up by the Blues. That'll be it. We're going to overtime. So we could be in store for another classic game between the Blues and Habs. Remember, Game 1, in my opinion, was just about an all-timer. It was a fantastic tilt between these two squads. We're going to go at it again in extra time. Regulation not enough to determine Game 3. Much better third period. That's how we want to play in overtime. Now, Depending on how deep we go into OT, I may bring Kohlberg back into the fray here for the Canadiens. He's been sitting cold on the bench for the whole game after he took that penalty coming right out of the box. And whichever play that, whenever the hell that was. Ooh, that was an interesting. Every time we've done a deke, it's failed, but it almost led to a fortuitous play. Right off the beginning, right off the hop of overtime. Back to the point, you know it's coming in. And that is it. Overtime is decided quickly. That is a huge goal from Kevin Shattenkirk, who shot this puck. We didn't even play 60 seconds of OT, and that's it. Bang. Game over. Blues get a necessary victory on home ice. We have a series now. They couldn't afford to lose this game. And they didn't waste any time in the extra frame to decide it. That was Jay Bouwmeester, I think, actually, that took that shot from the blue line. Price has his struggles on some shots. He lets in some softies, and that was just about the softest of them all. Well, you know, we did see a soft goal. What was it at the end of game 2? We saw a really soft goal from Price on the blocker side. So that's the book on Price. Shoot blocker side. It's a 2-1 series lead for the Canadiens. Coming out of game 3, there will be a game 5.